busted trying to light a cigarette. I don't think anybody's here yet. You won't see me. Hello. Late night live. Okay, let me get over to where I can actually see the chat. See if anybody's here. Good evening. Tonight we're going to talk about, wake to the real you, realms, discernment, frequencies, intentions, and more. I am able to take calls. I've got that set up. If we decide to go that direction, we'll just see how things flow. I kind of like doing these late nights because people that are on the other side that subscribe, they can kind of jump in if they want to, or, you know, or see it later, or whatever. I was talking earlier with Hebro on his channel. He's got several things going on over there, and I guess I will participate on Tuesdays over there. So, but I'll do an announcement on Tuesday to let you guys know about all of that stuff. And, if you want to partake, then you can go over there and partake. Pretty nice guys. But always, whenever I'm in somebody else's house, of course, I play by their rules. But I won't go into somebody's house where there's the rules that I have to, not be my authentic self. I'm sure you guys get what I mean. So there's 4 people here. It's what it's showing. I really don't like this black screen. I just don't like it because I can't see very well on it. But I watched a video earlier that was when I was talking with them after his show. And I saw some things that were being sold on Amazon that were just absolutely distasteful. And of course, people, made a ruckus, and so they've taken them down. But I remember a time when, like, gag gifts and things like that were kind of funny, like one of the ones that was shown, it could be taken either way. It could be taken as a disgusting perversion, or it could be taken as, daddy had a little fun and now he's got me, a little baby. So that's where we're gonna start with discernment. And with discernment, it really helps us to understand and understand, what kind of people that we're dealing with. And the best way to discern, at least from my perspective and my experience, is, are they trying to control me, or are they trying to oppress me and in my sovereignty, and or are they treating me as an equal with respect and kindness and love? Are they treating me how I'm treating them? Like that kind of thing. So with discernment, we need to use our discernment so that way we know. It went to 5 now, it's down to 3. Where are all my late nighters? The show I had last night with Dark Wolf, sorry if I just kind of wander off, was interesting because I guess we were called, if you're Mandela affected. No, I don't want to do that right now. I'm in the middle of a live stream. Please do not update my computer. That we were, if you're Mandela affected, that you're shape-shifting reptilian. So, but the person that was saying that is actually a Mandela affected person. So, but I went back and I watched the entire stream, went through the chat, and I didn't see anything about that. But I think that they ended up getting blocked or something. So if they got blocked, then it would be completely removed from the stream. Hi, Bella Bell. How are you? About 12/21 2019. I don't know. I know that there was a lot of activity around 12/21 2012. And it seems like a lot of people woke up at that time, but I wouldn't put it past for another. I get the feeling, I get the sense that another huge wake up is coming for 2020, which, if you look at it as a 12/21 2019 would be right there on the cusp of going into 2020. Then, it may happen on 12/21. 1 2 1, yeah, he hit 333. Yeah, yeah. uh but we won't see the actual effects of it, until 2020, because a lot of times when people get awakened, and start to go through the process, it's your world kind of gets flipped upside down, and they've got to go through a process of recalibrating. We hear about pole shifts and things like that, but what if a pole shift is just polarization shift? That we were too polarized in one direction, and then it's going to shift over to the other. So we've been so polarized into oppression and controls and all of these structures around us that we're due for a pole shift where it is equality, sovereignty, love for one another, respect, not trying to control each other. So when the people use the word pole shift, they're thinking of, a circular globe flipping, but it could be a polarization shift of, getting things back into balance, of turning things right side up again. Because when this happened with us, with my husband and I, uh, the awakening process, it felt like everything was inverted and backwards. And then over time, we've learned to walk in this new understanding as it goes on. So I wouldn't put it anything past a 12/21 2019, with you turning it, let's see, and then you said 333 with the 21. Yeah, that would be a 333 and then a 9 at the end, which is three threes. So I wouldn't put it past something really significant happening, as something has significantly been happening for a long time. I mean, it's been really amazing how things have transpired. We talk about the event and things like that happening, but people have their event when they're ready for their event. So, and then they start to move along in the process. It's really quite beautiful. And so, and the different realms and, different ways of looking at things, the different perspectives that we get by the different, like I said, realms. You could be walking right next to somebody that has no clue, and they can be having what we would call a hellish experience here, and they're walking right next to somebody having a heavenly experience here. So everything is happening simultaneously, overlapping at the same time. Everybody is having different experiences, different levels of awareness, but it's all going to lead to the one full truth. And we're all going to be there together. And like I said, the events happen for people on an individual, unique level. And you also have the right, as a sovereign being, to just say no. You don't want to go on this. I don't know why anybody would do that, except for it is a bit difficult, in the beginning, but it's worth it. It's worth it to take those steps forward. So, as for discernment, try and look at things from all different perspectives before casting any kind of judgment on things. Is it meant as a joke, a humor, like a gag gift for somebody, or is it just downright disgusting? Um, a lot of ways that, as human beings, that we are easily manipulated is through children. So if they say they're doing anything through children, just think of how you react. How does that make you feel in your heart? And then realize that, okay, I'm getting this from an outside source. It's not firsthand knowledge. So, you know, we need to use our discernment on those kind of things. Now, if something has happened to you, oh my gosh, that's horrible. It's a traumatic event. And, there is help out there to help overcome those kind of things, like with the Beyond Quantum Healing, which is one of those modalities that I use. I am a practicing Beyond Quantum healer, so you could contact me on those kind of things. But when we release these traumas and these judgments and everything, and our bodies start to respond to it, we start to feel better, we start to get more in line with ourselves, and that really helps. But that's a first-hand experience rather than things that we hear that he said, that she said, that they said, and then now they're reporting on. And when I was watching the video earlier, the news reporter is actually just like a YouTuber, just like me. I could put a background that looks like I'm in front of a news station, and put myself in a suit and tie and say I am reporting the news. And I can say things out as if it's factual news, but really I'm a YouTuber just like you. I'm one of the populace, equal to everybody else. But if I want people to believe me, I guess I would put the suit and tie on and make it look like I'm in a news studio. Well, I want to be, we want to make sure that we're checking our sources of where we're getting our information from and validating that they are actually a true, authentic news station, first of all. And that they actually have reporters on the ground doing investigations and solid reporting. Hey, Mandela Mile. Yeah, I'm not going to do no 2 hours tonight. Sorry, guys. I'm going to get an hour. I think it's these potassium the doctor's giving me is just giving me bursts of energy. So, and I enjoy coming on in the middle of the night. It's nice and quiet. There's not a lot of background noise going on, and a lot of other people aren't running their shows. Hey, Rain on the Plains, how are you? So, anyways, those are some things to look at. And when you're looking into somebody else's information, even mine, check my work. I mean, if I'm making a video, I normally source the links down for you to do your own research. It's all about, what resonates in here to you. And then you can look up things or look into things for yourself, because there's nothing that I'm doing here that you can't do yourself. And that's the same with becoming a Beyond Quantum Healer. When you get things unlocked within you, you're ready to go, and then start helping other people. That's what we're here to do. We're here to help one another in love and equality. There's no hierarchy. We're coming out of that delusion, that false delusion that we think that, everybody else knows the word, just little nobodies. No, no, no. Oh my gosh, if you only knew how significant that you are, and what an integral part that each and every single one of us plays in the intentions that we set out, and how it changes things for everybody. Like I say, you drop the pebble and your intention pebble into the water. We're all droplets of water, and it does those rings and it goes out and it affects all those other droplets. But at the same time, they're dropping their intention and it's affecting. It's just like the flower of life, for example, how it all overlays each other and how we affect one another. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's a profound understanding and understanding. And then you can, you feel that your heart has changed, and you look at everybody and you can see the divine in them. Uh, it doesn't mean people don't make mistakes. Uh, I know that the show last night, the lady that was on the phone, well, I had Dark Wolf on StreamYard. Well, he couldn't hear what she was saying, so I was having to relay over. So obviously, she wasn't in the stream to listen or wasn't listening to know that he could not hear what she was saying. So I was trying to at least fill him in on what was going on. So yeah, you know, I, I will take phone calls, to the point where if you're starting to be insulting or insulting to the stream, well, you know, you got to treat people with respect. That's just one of the things that everybody here is equal. Even she's an equal, but she was wanting us to all believe something that she thought was the truth, and we had to see it her way, or we were gonna, I think, evaporate into nothingness or something. There was some kind of condemnation, and I don't go for that. There's no condemnation. There isn't. We're all equal, and we all make our choices. Uh, Bella Bell, love equality. False delusion is down. We are part of the intentions we send out. Yes, we are all here to help Mother Earth, help humanity as a whole. Beautiful understanding. I love that. I love that. It's great. And Mandela Mile angel singing over the plain. Oh, sweet, love it. The angels Christ proclaim. And that's another thing, we really need to think really deeply. What was Christ teaching? Who were the people he was talking to? Why did they rejoice so much when he was sharing what he knew with them? Think about these things. And what would be more freeing and liberating than to know that you are a sovereign divine child of God? And that you are not, less than anything. These people were considered the deplorables, the unworthies. And he was telling them the truth about who they really are, in the spectrum of godhood and how God views all of his children. It's really beautiful. Rain on the plains. I think I already said hi to you and Bella. Yeah. What do we? Oh, we got 9 people. That's not bad for this late. It's 2:30 in the morning. I started at 2:15. So, and what else are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about frequency. Now, frequency is another thing that we omit from our intentions and from our heart. We all have frequencies that it's an energetic frequency that we send out or emit around us. And that also helps us with discernment. So we're getting to the point we can feel each other, and we can feel what is going on within each other, if they have good intentions for you or bad. Now, everybody will at some point realize this, and they'll realize that they can't wear the mask anymore. What they've been trying to hide from you, it's showing plainly. Things are being revealed at such a level the awareness is so heightened, and the frequencies that people, put out around them that are love-based beings, it just omits around them. You can feel it. It's a tangible energy. And we find frequency in music that we enjoy listening to, which will then you'll dance, and then it sends out more frequency, and it just adds more and more to the frequency. So now the foreign frequency, and this brings me back to last night's caller was talking about, AI and things like that. Well, AI does the Wi-Fi and all of those kind of frequencies, but we have protection. We have protection when we become self-aware, or we can get the pyramid crystals, which are right here. Everything we need to protect ourselves is right here. You get those copper wires. People used to build what they call Faraday cages, and that, around their bed so they could get a good night's sleep and the frequencies couldn't come in. And the only frequency that would be allowed to be in there would be coming from each other, if it's a married couple or yourself. So, it's a direct connection that you have with Jesus, Holy Spirit, Source, higher self. I'm not hung up on the labels. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. It's your heart. It's where your heart is that matters to me. It's like, where your heart intentions are. So keep it going. Gotta go. Okay. Well, thank you for popping in. And okay, I'm gonna have a hard time saying your name. Okay, Voynich? Did I say it right? Welcome. Hello. I know I see you in here a lot, and I just have a hard time. Like, I look at your name and see how I got this black uh, uh, screen, so I can see the chat and everything. It's black now, so it's harder for me to see. And yeah, here, I'll just get this. I'll get my magnifying glass out. Turn my little light on. Yeah, actually, it does help. Okay, and okay, so awaken to the real you. So, she did bring up an interesting date. So let's see. We'll see what happens. And how many of you feel when the Schumann? How many of you feel exhilarated and refreshed and excellent when the Schumann is going off the charts? And what would you think if I was to tell you is that it is your energy that is causing the Schumann to pop off the charts like that? And then that's why you feel so comfortable. It's because it's a reflection of the frequency that you're sending out. From Hawaii, YOLO X. Wow, nice. Mag lenses are great. Right? Yeah. Stop aging me, Rain, on the planes. I think it's too late. I think you already know. Yeah, I'm not exactly a youngster, but I did get carded for cigarettes about 2 years ago, and I was laughing. I was like, really? I took it as a compliment. Really, I did. I was like, okay, I'll take that as a compliment. Yeah, I feel, yeah, I do. I mean, but I think that the Schumann, it's coming from the realm we're on, and it spikes up, and as we're spiking up. So I know a lot of people will look at the Schumann, and will have bad days, but that's just acclimating to the frequency. But that's not a bad thing either. It's just, it's a process that we're going through, a refinement process. So there's no us versus them. It's just a matter of awakening and being aware. Now, am I telling you to hang around with everybody? And no, I'm saying if they're not treating you the way you're treating them, and they're trying to control you or oppress you, it takes a lot of strength to walk away from those kind of situations. There's people that appreciate you and love you for exactly who you are, and also will understand this refinement process that we're all going through, and understand and understand that it is an ongoing process that we're all going through together, and have more patience for one another. So, through the experiences that others have had, they have more patience. And as our hearts get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, it's just amazing, absolutely amazing. Yeah, it is a compliment. I did take it as a compliment, because what is it, like 18? I mean, like, I could see if it was booze or something, I'd be like, well, but even, well, still, even thinking I'm 21, that's pretty good. I'd go for that too. But I actually had to run all the way out to my car and get my ID. I was like, you're kidding me. And then by the time I got out to the car, even though I was frustrated, as I was coming back in, I was laughing. I'm like, what am I frustrated about? This is a compliment. If anything, I should be like, really? That truly happened. Seriously, I got carded for cigarettes. I was like, I was frustrated that I had to go out to the car and get my ID, because I just brought in the money for the cigarettes. Figured I'd be in and out, but it all worked out in the long run. So if you fall asleep at the time when it's normal, I I'm having to take potassium right now to level out. Because any kind of traumatic or event or whatever with the things that have happened this year, has knocked some things off whack. But I'll tell you what, that potassium has given me like boosts of energy that, it's just like taking a vitamin, but it really boosts my energy quite a bit. It really helps. So, and that's one of those things, you don't want too much in your body, but you definitely don't want it to drop either. So, yeah. Let's see, what else did I want to talk? You guys want to call in? Anybody want to call? I can open up the phone lines. And oh, and I want to talk a little bit about where I'm looking for a good team to volunteer some time and whatever your area of expertise is, to try and help manifest the Awake conference for 8/8 of 2020 in Sedona, Arizona. So anybody that is able or has any kind of abilities or strengths that they can add, I know it's going to be a team effort. Um, to manifest this. And I think if there's one thing I've learned, is that when we meet up together in person, the energy is so intense and palatable, and the love and the, oh my gosh, we could probably cause a huge spike with that get together. you know get 50 to 100 of us together in one place at the same time, and just watch the ripple effect just go on around. Plus, Sedona is a high energy vortex, or what I would call a thin spot. So, it being a thin spot, that's just going to amplify whatever our intentions are. It's amazing. I went to one already, and meeting these beautiful, wonderful people. I now consider them like family, because the energetic exchange was so intense and wonderful. It was great. Lone Eagle, you're in trouble? Lone Eagle in here? Bearing gives sweet travel so far. Lone Eagle, you're in trouble. LOL. Is I didn't see Lone in here. Is he in here? I like Lone Eagle. Oh, are you talking about with the Hebrew that we're joking? Oh my gosh. We can make it rain. We can make it snow. We can make the weather beautiful. They have natural rock carved water slides, and it's beautiful there. It's absolutely beautiful. I heard it could be pretty pricey, so I'm gonna go. We're gonna do a trip over there and check out the venue and see what kind of costs that we're looking at. But I know they have campgrounds there, and of course, camping is a lot cheaper. Flagstaff is not very far from Sedona, and I know that hotel expenses in Flagstaff are very reasonable. So, I just want the conference to be in Sedona. I want people to, and the drive from Flagstaff into Sedona is one of the most beautiful drives. You can almost sense that you have entered into a different realm. When you leave from Flagstaff and start heading down south into Sedona, you can watch it just go from one way of looking to bam, a whole different way of looking. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And the only way to know is to experience it, for yourself. And yeah, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, so I'll do an announcement on. Oh, you guys didn't answer me. You guys want me to open up the phones? Are we gonna have any problems? We're gonna be okay. I don't have to. What do you call it? Um, Relay, because I don't have anybody in StreamYard unless there's somebody in here that wants to come into. Oh, Rain on the Plains is here. She can come into the StreamYard if she wants to. You want to? Do you want to? I'm an open book. I love to hear what other people have going on, and their thoughts and processes that they've been going through, and you guys want to do StreamYards or phone? Because I don't want to try and do both until I learn how to link them both together where the person in StreamYard can hear the phone call. Because I think that was difficult as I'm working out these technical glitches. But I do have it set up to screen share. And okay, let me open up StreamYard. Bear with me for a moment, guys. Chat amongst yourself. I know you can still see me and everything. So yeah, wait, make sure you're wearing your earbuds and all that good stuff. No, I don't want my camera working. What I want to do now is invite. I'm just putting it in the same one that we've been talking on. So you should be able to come in through that, and then I'll see if it's going to work. And click to add your audio and video. Okay, I'm in there now. But I did figure out how to, and once she gets in there, then I'll move over. One thing is, let's see. Hi, preliminal, disintegral. Oh, I'm sorry. Digital intel. Blind, blind, blind. Can't see. Sorry, my bad. And when she comes in, then I'll switch it over. Let me go back over where I can see better. What's up? We're going to have rain on the plains come in and join us in a moment. And when she does, I'll flip the screen over where we can see her. And you can hear her. And all that good stuff. But I'm only going to be on for about another 20 minutes or so. So let me read what you guys got going on. There's a lot of late nighters. You guys are awesome. Love it. I like late night streaming. Late nighter. Let me know if you get it. Send it through your regular email. Okay, hold on. She's in there. Okay, I'm adding you. Now, they won't be able to hear you yet. Hold on a second. One moment, please. Let me shrink me. No, don't do that one. It always does that. Gotta move me over. Oh, look it. I'm super skinny. Okay, that's a little more normal looking. All right, now, bear with me. That is that. And I need to make sure you can hear her. And let me... Where are you? That's me. I know I have it up towards the top. Here we go. All right. And I click on you. You're on, girly. I'm doing great. Can you guys hear her? Make sure that I got your sound up and going. Oh, you're quite welcome. I enjoy having people come on and share what's going on with them and add to it. It's more like I want this place to be on equal footing. I want to get to know everybody. I want everybody to get to know me. I love everybody so much. We all have so much to offer. So, yeah, I can see you up on the screen now. So they can see you. That's awesome. Okay, so share. Hold the fort. They're saying they can't hear you. Hold on. Oh. Now talk.
Okay, can anybody hear me now?
It should.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I clicked the wrong one.
Oh, okay.
Now they can. Okay.
Okay, great, good. But yeah, Sedona
Oops.
seems like such a wonderful area to have a conference. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful there. I have a cousin that lives there. I've never been, but
It's
I
beautiful
would
there.
love to go. So you're thinking 8/8 of next year? Is that what you were saying?
Lionsgate 8-8, which would be an intense, energetic vortex in itself. Plus, the place itself is a thin spot. Like I call it, there's several areas that are
Right.
thin spots. So
Mm-hmm.
it just intensifies, and the place is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. So
Oh
beautiful.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna mark my calendar now for sure because that's something that I would definitely want to go to. And I wanted to go to the one in Ketchum so bad, and I actually even booked a ticket, but I just it was this time of year for me for my work is like the busiest time, and so like I can basically get like 20 or 30 hours overtime a week if I want because it's just so
Nice.
busy. And so I wasn't able to go this time, but it sounded, like the conference was awesome and Dark Wolf did such a great job and professional. I was so glad that Cynthia Sue Larson, because she's intriguing to me, got to go.
And he's doing
And
his next year too.
mhm,
So that'll be his second annual, but
mhm.
it costed him a lot of money. Most of that was funded by out of his own pocket. So
Oh, Dark Wolf was, oh my.
yes, and so I'm gonna have to find ways of fundraising. I think what I'll do is like my Beyond Quantum Healing sessions, like save 50% of each one, put the other 50% into helping the channel with uh, softwares because I know I need some upgrades like with StreamYard and with Uber Conference and to make things better for everybody here. But it's going to cost a lot for the venue and stuff there because Sedona's a little bit more expensive. But yeah,
Right.
he out of pocketed that plus had to help some of his speakers with travel expenses and things like that. Mm-hmm. It was a
Wow.
lot of out of pocket. So we have been talking about fundraising and things like that on methods of that, and it'll be a community effort. It takes a team. We can't one person can't take credit for putting something together. It takes a team, and even he said, even though he came had to come up with a lot of the money, he couldn't have done it without the help that other people put in, that they volunteered their time with, like building that website for him and these other things that he actually didn't have to, have a major
Right.
expense on.
And that was really professional too.
Oh,
The
yeah.
website was very professional.
Yes. So, what's going on with you in your life?
Um, well, just working a regular job. I mean, I don't have that great of a job, but I'm working and um but I, I don't know. I did want to say that like 2 years ago, I met Suso in person. I actually kind of trolled him at his bar, and it was kind of funny because
No, that's cool.
it. Well, I at that time I was really having a hard time at that particular time, and I just said, I just have to meet somebody in real life. And I knew he was only 3.5 hours away or whatever from me at that
Nice.
time. I lived in northeastern Colorado at that time. Now I live in western Colorado near Utah.
Oh,
But
okay.
but at that time, well, it's actually the same distance as now. It's just like the opposite direction. But anyway, at that time, I was like, I just have to meet someone because I'm going crazy. I have to meet someone in real life who's experiencing this Mandela effect. And so that's why I think the conference was so important too for a lot of people, because when you meet someone in real life and you see them and you talk to them, and then it's just confirmation for yourself that you're okay. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Comfort.
That
Mm-hmm.
you're not crazy, you're okay. There's people like you out there in the world.
Mm.
you know and I just think that confirmation is so important. And then when I got to meet him, it was so great because, but it was kind of funny because I went to the bar. I don't know if you've heard this story, Michelle. I've said it a couple times on my channel, but you probably haven't heard it. But
No,
I
no, I
went
haven't. I've got to subscribe to you still. I'm behind.
up.
I've subscribed to so many people that I don't have the time to watch everybody. But
I
then it's
know
like
that
ah,
that's how I am as well. I'm just like, oh gosh, it's just there's too much people that I want to, keep
yeah,
up with.
keep up with
But
right.
but anyway, I went to the bar and I was just like, because I knew he talked to people at the bar about the Mandela effect and stuff like that. So I went to the bar in Leadville. Leadville's beautiful, by the way. And I mean, well, I grew up in Colorado anyway,
Mhm.
but anyway, so I go to the bar and I was like, what's this about the man? And I asked for Suso right away. I was like, who's the manager here? I wasn't bitchy or anything like that, but I'm
Straight
like,
for the source.
but I knew, that, and I was just like, what's this deal about the Mandela effect? It's just misremembering. I don't think that you guys know what the hell you're talking about. I just kept, just going on. It wasn't for that long, maybe like 3 minutes,
You're razzing him.
but then, because he was my first interview on my live interview on my channel. The very first time I went live, he came on with me, and it was so great because I didn't know what I was doing at that time either. And so anyway, he's just like going on trying to justify the Mandela effect to me and stuff. And I was like, hold it right there. Do you know who you're talking to? And I said, Rain on the Plains, and he just ran around the bar. He gave me a really big hug.
Aww.
And it was just so fun to talk with him and be with somebody live that you could talk to and know that you're not
That gets
alone
it.
in this world.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
And so it was fantastic. I'll just say that. So when people meet each other in real life, I just think it's such a bonus. It really is.
And it brings us closer together. Like I said, all the people that I met, you know, at Lionsgate when we went, it wasn't a conference, it was just a camp out. But all the people that I met there, I mean, there's just such a connection now with them. It's like they're family. They're
Mm-hmm.
closer. I mean, I love everybody that I've met online. Don't get me wrong. It's just it brought it to a whole different level. It became a part of my real life, not just my
Mm-hmm.
electronic life, but my real life. And you're right, it makes a huge difference. And I heard Suso is like a short guy because he was saying everybody
Yeah,
was
I think
such
he's shorter
giants
than me.
around.
I think he's shorter than me. I'm 5'7".
Yeah, I
I'm
think
not
he is five
quite sure.
six.
He might have been about 5'5". I think something
Five
like that.
five. Then he was trying to inch himself up because I think he said he was 5'6", but he's still. But he's such a nice guy, though. I mean, he's just. I don't know. He just wants to raise awareness, and he gets frustrated like everybody else. But I mean, I like his channel. I like the things that he
Yeah,
does.
and I've heard you on his channel before, you know. And I don't know.
Oh, he
I
was over
love.
here. Suso was here.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
I've actually heard you call in, I think, on his channel before too, and that's I can't remember.
I didn't know he did call-ins, but that's okay. I could be dingy.
Hmm. But I can't remember where I heard of you the first time. I can't remember. I don't know. We just all kind of know each other, and that's okay if you didn't know me as well. That's fine because actually I was kind of gone for a while anyway, for like about a year really.
Wow.
And so I mean I was still like doing like listening to other stuff, but I wasn't doing anything myself. And like I did I think some important videos. Like the one that's really popular on my channel is that Dallas moved, and I did that over like a year and a half ago.
Dallas
And
moved.
yeah, for me. And that's one of my most popular videos, is that because it never used to be in
Ooh.
the northeastern corner of, of Texas for me. It
No,
was in
no,
the
it's
it
not
was
in the
in like
northeastern. It isn't.
it is. Michelle, look. Look
I'm.
right now.
I,
It's in the northeastern part of
I
Texas right
can't. I've
now.
got you on here, but I'm gonna look. It's not because if you go straight down from Oklahoma City, straight down, because I've been to Dallas. We go straight down. It's not in the corner. It's not.
Michelle,
It's
you will be shocked when you look at the map because it's
uh
been in the northeastern part of Texas for a year and a half for me now. And that's one of my very favorite and my most popular videos. And I tried to get Dan from Scary Performance to admit it to me for a year that Dallas had moved, and finally he did. He's like,
yeah.
one time he stopped his stream live because I had put something in the comments about Dallas's move, but Scary Boy talked to me about it, and he stopped his broadcast. He's like, "Wait a minute, we're in the plains. I know that Dallas has moved, but it took him over a year from when, I mean, because I think I did my video like maybe in March of 2018 or something like that about Dallas. And but anyway, and then like other people that have like, for instance, I don't know if you know Texas Danny. He flipped out the other day because he always disagreed with me about my video. He said, "Oh, Dallas has always been where it's been, blah blah blah." And then the other day he's like, "Oh my God, I see what you're saying. Dallas has
Dallas
changed."
moved. Oh my god. Isn't that fascinating how some people will have that's how unique it is too. Some people will have certain ones that affect them and then other ones that don't. I don't know. I like if you're too close to it, you don't
Mm-hmm.
notice it. Like I mean, if I my last name changed, I would figure I would notice that. But maybe if you're too close to it, you may not notice it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Well, and some people say that Colorado used to be like on the Canadian border, and I'm like, what the heck? That like totally throws me off. I'm
No
like,
way.
yes,
No.
some there's actually quite a few people that say that, and I'm like, oh my God, no, never for me, never.
What map are
But
they looking at? I know where
I,
Colorado is. It's not that far.
well, I know, but I mean,
Utah, Colorado.
I I think that some people just see things. I think we all see things differently. I honestly do, because even though that sounded crazy to me that they thought Colorado was on the board, I mean, there was more than just a few people saying it. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. It's in the middle of the United
That's
States,
what I was gonna say. It's like almost like in the heartland. What? That's like
I
center.
know. I know. So I honestly don't know. And then the other night on my good friend, I think he was listening earlier. I don't know if he still is, but Digital Intel's channel, half of us were or saw the uh like half of them, it wasn't me,
All right. Have you
saw.
heard that Houston has changed
Yeah,
or
well,
relocated?
Houston is definitely all the cities in Texas. If you look at my Texas video, I went over all the cities of Texas that changed for me, because I'm from Colorado, but I went to kindergarten in Irving, which is a suburb of Dallas. And so I've always been interested in Texas my whole life. I lived there for, a little bit as a child. So all those cities have changed. But what's so weird is that the other night he was having kind of an epic, I think, broadcast, because like half of us saw the K changed from Chick-fil-A last week, but I've seen the K on Chick-fil-A for 3 years, and but
Yeah.
half of the people were saying that it just changed last week. And I'm like, how is that even possible? And it really freaked me out, because the next day at work I almost couldn't function, because I was like, these are friends that I trust in the Mandela effect community.
Mm-hmm.
And so for half of them to say that it just changed to a K on the end last week, and I've seen it for 3 years, it freaked me out.
It
It
just
was mind
shows
boggling.
that it just depends on the awareness level and like it's not like it and it's not a hierarchy thing. It's just as we become more aware, more is revealed. The more you can
Right.
handle, more is revealed. So it just, although it's just a new thing for them and they're pointing it out as a new thing, and you noticed it several years ago because I knew it as it had just had a C and then
Well,
fillet.
that
But
yes, that
then it had a K in it, but that was back in 2015.
right, that's what I'm saying, is that that's exactly how it was for me.
But
It was
it's
always a C for me, because I hated that spelling, because I always called it chic filet. And it changed to 2016, but then Recall Vector put out a video that the K just got added last week or whatever, and then like several other people didn't see it until last week. And that's just totally freaky to me. And then also another interesting one was Dan with Scare Performance. I watched Inspiration. I don't know if you know her channel, but anyway, her channel always had two ends for me. And then quite a few months ago, it changed from two ends to one end. And I asked her, I said, has anybody said that your channel name changed from two ends to one end? And she's like, funny you should mention that. Dan from Scared Performance said that about 2 months ago. So he saw it 2 months ahead of me. But it's weird because how can we see these things at different times like that? Because literally, I just watched a video from her the previous day and it had two ends and then and then it changed to the one end. And so I know that it wasn't like I just hadn't watched her channel in a while or anything like that. I mean, I literally watched a channel from her the previous day and it had two ends and then it went to one end. And I'm just like, this is craziness.
Are
you
you
know?
able to see the chat?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got it on my second screen, but it's like way over there. I think somebody in Texas was saying that they lived in San Antonio, but they hadn't noticed any changes around Texas things.
Yeah. Well,
Is that
take a look at my video because you might because for me all the cities in Texas are weird, and I point out, like, not even just, even though Dallas was the main focus of my video,
mm-hmm.
I pointed out several things, but it is like clear in the northeastern part of Texas now, and it for me it was always slightly northeast of center, you know.
Yes, there you go.
Well, look at the map, Michelle. You're gonna be floored because I saw it like
Wow.
a year and I think my video is March of 2018. I'm not sure exactly when, but it's craziness,
Well,
and it was
doesn't that just
weird.
tell us that this place is like so fluid and just
Mm-hmm.
it? I mean, and same with our intentions, and same with like because of it doesn't just change like like the company changed it. It like changes all the way back from conception. Like
Right.
you can't find it's like, oh no, it's always been that way. What? No, it hasn't
Right.
always been that way. And if I hadn't driven there myself, I know where it's located because I drove there. I went. I I drove down there several times when I
We'll
was
see.
living in Oklahoma.
Well, see, and that's what I'm saying too, because like I moved to Colorado in January of 2016. I drove my U-Haul, and Dallas was where I thought it was, slightly northeast of center. But so I was like, no, I just drove through Dallas not too long ago, and then to come to find out, it's you're gonna be absolutely shocked when you look at where Dallas is on the
And
map.
it just makes us wonder about everything. I mean, as we see it change from conception forward, the JFK is a huge one for me, and
Hmm.
to be completely changed, and everybody else seems to remember it now this new way. But then as they like wake up, then they start to see it, and it'll be a new change for them. But because
I
then they'll
know.
remember the old way. You know what I mean? They'll remember it the way that it
Hmm.
was when that it was portrayed in the beginning as a black and white, not so graphic film, and it was shown to me in high school, part of history, and so
The Zapruder one.
yes,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so it wasn't graphic like that, like it is now, and it was not in color, and the
no,
car is not the same, but it'll be like they'll think that everything is fine and okay, and it's how this reality presents it now, right? But then they'll wake up and they'll be like, wait, no, 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 wait, and then they'll say this is wrong. They'll remember it the way that it was, how we remember seeing it before, and then it's like a mind-boggling thing how this awakening happens. Somebody can remember things as this reality presents it now, but then wake up and then have like a restoration of their memories of how it was, and then they can see the changes. It's just mind-boggling how this effect actually, this phenomena happens, and how our just like with everything, it's all fluid. It's everything from the past, future. It's all in the present. Everything's in the now, and so where our intention goes, we can change
hmm
things all the way back. It's just wrapping our mind around it, that concept, because it's been beaten into us that this is how it is. We've got a government. These people lord over you. You go to school. You listen to all these people. You conform. You sit in your cubicle. You do, you know what I'm saying? And then to find out
Right.
that we can actually, when we come together, when everybody gets through this process that we're going through, we will be able to change things in a way that will be so mind blowing, but we'll understand it, and then it'll be like the heaven on earth. The
Mm-hmm.
millennial reign will come in because we will remember who and what we are and have our sovereignty, and at the same time mutual respect and love for one another, seeing the uniqueness but also the oneness, and we'll change it
Right.
all the way from conception. So none of that, it'll go into the sea of forgetfulness, and we will live in a paradise where there won't be haves and have nots. There won't be hungry, people and people that are eating steaks that are, $50 a plate. Now that's probably cheap. That they probably wouldn't even touch that. $1,000 a plate, whatever. But in other words, what I'm saying is, it'll be a major equalizing, pole shift. We'll get out of this dog eat dog, one up in each other, to an equal, everybody's equal, and everybody will be treated as the child of God that they are. We won't be
Right.
dealing with any of this negative, weird, creepy stuff, because in the heart of every person, I don't know anybody in my personal life that doesn't cringe at the thought of doing things disgusting to children. I don't
Exactly.
know anybody. There's nobody in my real life that thinks that that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that hits everybody in the heart.
And I don't
So
understand why it's so much of a thing right now. I mean, that's just it's yes, it's disgusting. It's terrible.
it's
It's
to get our focus off of our what we're going through here,
hmm
and to try and keep the illusion, the delusion going, this
hmm
false construct of us being compliant and obedient,
yeah.
trying to pull us back into the obedience pool, when I think it's in my opinion, with as many people that are awakening and awake and moving forward, the scales they're already tipping.
Yeah.
It's already happening. So we're too far along. We're not gonna backslide.
Yeah.
They've already lost. They've already
Yeah.
lost. I've read the end of the book.
Right, exactly. Well, I just know the JFK was huge for me because
Me too.
I saw that middle seat, and I'm telling you, my stomach dropped, my world just kind of fell around me at that time that I saw that middle seat. I was like, there is no way. There is no way that there was a middle seat there. And I just I couldn't even wrap my brain around it. And then I looked at, and then I started, investigating that same day, about certain other stuff. And South America had moved like 1,000 miles to the east or
Why even
whatever.
call it
And
South America? Why? Call it Southeast America.
right, exactly, exactly. And then
It's
just
not even south of us anymore.
other stuff like that, though. I mean, I just, you know, the thing, and nobody talks about this one, and that's fine because I don't care. But this is actually what really precipitated me looking into it, because I've seen effects since 1982. My first one was John Deere in 1982, and I've seen like Christopher Reeves, Sally Field. I mean, I can't even go into all the things that I saw in 1982, but the thing that I didn't know what it was, because obviously there was no internet at that time. But the thing that really precipitated me looking into it was when I saw Noxzema. It was always, because I had acne when I was a kid in the 70s. So it had a Z,
Mm-hmm.
NOXZ in the 70s. And then in 2016 or so, I was at a Walmart and I was looking just at an end cap and I was like, huh, Noxzema dropped the Z, no big deal, whatever. I wonder why they did that. And then it has a Z again now. And I knew that wasn't possible. you know, I knew it was my first flip flop and I knew that just was not possible. So that's when I started researching everything and I was like, oh my God, I've seen this stuff my whole life. What the hell is going on?
Crazy.
And
Mandela Mile. He said, "Are we in the sea of forgetfulness?" No, actually, there are going to be people like us that are going to remember, as we do now, how it was, and we're going to remember that we do not want to go back into that. So certain people, maybe uh, selected people, are going to remember how things were, so that way we make sure we do not go back there again.
exactly, I think that's part of it as well, is
Did that
that
did that answer your question, Mandela Mile?
he's saying they tried to replace him. Or I'm not sure. I think
They
Mandela,
miss.
are you female or male? I always get mixed up. I think, are you female? I'm not sure because I know you're in like in the Vancouver area, right? I think. I think I've.
They misplaced me. They tried to replace me. They failed. Okay. Bit of venom high. Quartz quantum high. I don't know if I missed anybody.
But yeah,
Can't really see.
I don't.
Preliminal and Justice
What
Rendon.
was Michelle? What was your fate? Because I don't know that I've heard what was your like awakening, or when did you know for sure? Like, with me it was Noxzema. When I saw that Noxzema flip flop, I flipped. I knew something was wrong. That's when I started investigating. That's when I saw the JFK car and I was like, no, 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 no. There was no middle seat and all that. But I don't know if I've heard your original story.
It's on my channel. Watch all 500 of my videos. No, I'm just
Well,
kidding.
I know that's what I'm
No,
saying. That's
actually, my wake up was in around 2001, but it wasn't like what with the Mandela effect and stuff. Just phenomena started happening. I started having dreams and visions, and they started coming true. Then I went to the doctor. They told me I was having night terrors and gave me a pill. I was taking care of two children. I had to go to work and stuff. But I'm gonna tell you, the medication did not work. I just knuckled down and went through it. So I got really super excited in 2012 as a bunch of people woke up, and then I got really super duper excited in 2015 when everybody started talking about the Mandela effect,
yeah,
and i.e. flat earth. I don't care if you're talking about flat earth or if it's Mandela effect. They both kind of cropped up at the same time, but both of them stem from an awakening process. So mine's been a little bit longer going on, and my husband has been here, walking it out with me. So I was blessed to have somebody here with me that was able to help me keep my sanity. Because when you're having a dream about something and then a couple weeks later it's happening in your life, and I
hmm
just told him about it, and then we're walking through it, or it's like, he was my touchstone to keep me sane with all these things going on. I mean, it
you're
was
so lucky because so many people don't have that in their
right.
life.
But now look how many people we have.
Yes,
I mean, the community
yes.
is so huge. I mean, the so, I know. I mean, I felt so alone, but I had him, and I didn't talk about it. It took me a long time to even come out and start talking about it on this platform, because so much had gone on, and I was so used to just quietly just doing my thing, I was doing my thing just quietly. And then I finally decided, you know what? I know that this is going on with other people. So then I finally started
Yeah.
talking about it almost 2 years ago.
Well, I know that like there's other people besides me, like Susu, for instance. I know he also started seeing stuff in the 80s, but for me, I mean, okay, I'll just list the ones that I can think of off the top of my head that I saw in the 80s. What were
Are you talking Mandela effects? Okay.
yes, John Deere. See, I grew up on a farm, and so I saw a combine. A combine is a piece of equipment
Hi,
that
my
harvests the
5Ds.
wheat or
My
corn.
Sky's 5D. Good, I got a mod in the chat. Cool.
And a combine is a piece of equipment that harvests the wheat
Mm-hmm.
or the corn. And so I grew up on a farm, and so in 1982 it came on the yard, and I'm like, where the hell is that extra E? This and I know that I know that the reason I know the date exactly. Well, I don't know the date, but I know the year was because I started seeing effects when my friend committed suicide, and then I actually tried to commit suicide. So there's a whole death theory behind all this as well. I think I've actually died 3 or 4 times, and I've talked about this on my video. Now, whether or not you agree with all of that, I'm just saying I saw these effects in the 80s. Okay, so I saw
In the
Sally
80s,
Fields.
I got hit by a
Yes.
car, and I went someplace where I had to make a choice whether I was going to come back, and I was told I didn't have to. So I'm with you on that. And that
Yeah.
was 1984.
See, so a lot of us have been experiencing this for a long time. We just didn't know how to put words to it or whatever. Because, I mean, I basically had a photographic memory, and so for me to know these things have changed. For instance, like the John Deere changed, and I grew up on a farm, so there's an
Mm-hmm.
anchor memory for that for me. And then, McDonald's went to Mick, Rod Sterling, and see, I lived if you look it up on the map, I lived near Sterling, Colorado. Okay, so do you think I really would have misremembered Rod Sterling that he was from? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I mean, so Rod Sterling went to Sterling in the 80s. Uh, let's see. Sally Fields went to Field. I remember her Oscar speech. I remember that. I was there live. I watched it, you know? And yeah, I mean, she said, "You like me, you really like me." And
Yes, she did.
then it changed, and then her name changed. And Christopher Reeves went to Reeve. I'm trying to think of some others from the 80s that I saw. And then it's weird because there's three distinct periods for me. Um, one is the 80s, from like about 1982 to 1986. Oh, Charles Schultz is another one. Uh, Charles Schultz,
Peanuts. Mm-hmm.
yes, he had a tea for sure.
Yes, it
And I
did.
remember sitting at my breakfast table in my home when I was in high school and asking my mom, didn't his name have a T? you know and it's just it's mind-boggling that these things that we see, and that people try to say, oh, it's always been this way, or no, it was never that way, or whatever. And I'm like, I know, because I mean, when I was in school, I could look at it, I could tell you where the information was about a particular topic on the page. I could say, oh, it was in the top right, or it was in the bottom left, or whatever it was. I mean, I had a photographic memory, and so to tell me that I'm misremembering this stuff is just mind-boggling to me, and I don't know. I just, but then again, there was no internet in the 80s to, confirm anything, or to, people just, you know, I don't, it's hard because it's like, there's no confirmation for anything, but now there is. Now there is, obviously, because of YouTube and whatever, and we've all found each other, and that's such a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
at that time, it was just like, you know, I thought I was going crazy. I honestly
Yeah, like
did.
map changes and stuff like that, unless we're, in a little private plane flying over, and we knew we would be able to tell those kind of things. But like the Home Depot to Home Depot, now some of those things are, things that we can verify by looking at it and knowing that it's like, ugh, that
It was
even
just
sounds
some.
funny. It
Yeah, it was
feels
just
funny.
Home Depot. It was just Home Depot. I,
Mm-hmm.
I, I don't know. I need
No,
to.
it's the Home Depot. I'm
Yeah,
teasing
yeah.
you.
It's just.
Gosh, you made me go over. I was only going to go an hour.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Let's make sure that does anybody have any questions in the chat? The Reaper is here. What? No, stop it, Paul Johnston. You know better than that. You
He's a
felt,
character. That
yeah,
Paul
he is.
Jonestown is a character.
Yes, he is. I don't know why he thinks he's the Reaper. Don't be reaping, or I've got a moderator bopping around in there somewhere that you could be reaped, and I don't want you reaped. So, ouch. He's like, fine, Michelle, be that way. I know what Paul's thinking. He's cussing me out in his head right now. He's like, how dare she? How dare she go there? But yeah, I guess I am gonna zip it up, and I'm gonna see you over on Hebrews, I'm sure,
Yeah.
because I'll be, I guess, coming on the talk of Tuesday nights with them, and I know you're gonna be there on Sundays, so we're gonna cross paths, and we'll cross paths here, and I'm gonna go when I get off here. I am gonna go check out your video on
Oh,
Dallas
Michelle, I
changing.
I want to I want to tell you really quickly, if you do only see a couple videos from me, see the videos that I did with my sons, and these were very recently, only within the last week or two.
Can you email
And
me the links?
yes, and
Okay, that'll
because
work.
because because they get the update during the broadcast, and it's really interesting. But you'll hear a dynamic between me and them, because honestly, my older son was the one that first started. He saw the Mandela effect way before me with the Sinbad Genie movie, but on the video that I do with him, he says 30 minutes prior, I just realized that wasn't what I was really doing, and I'm like, what the heck? So he got an update or download, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so you kind of see that they get the download, but yes, they're very respectful as well towards me, as far as like they see the downloads, they see the Mandela effects, they see some of them, but
Mm-hmm.
yet it's bizarre. You'll see what I mean if you watch it. But anyway,
Yeah, I
if
will.
you
Just
only.
email me the links, and I'll go right over there. And
Yeah.
also, that'll take me to your channel, so I won't have to go searching for it. Ah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you only watch those two videos, one with each of my sons, you'll get
I want
kind
to see
of
the
a.
one with the Dallas one. That one I
Oh
for sure
yeah,
want to see.
yeah, yeah. I'll
Yeah.
give you that one too, because
Yes,
that's
please.
actually one of my very most popular, and I did it a long time ago, and people are like, what the heck, and now they're like, oh my God, especially like Texas Danny, because he denied it at first. And then now he's like, oh my God, Dallas has moved, you know? And so
Wow.
that's actually one of my most popular. And then I do like readings of Enoch and the Book of Adam and Eve and stuff, if you're interested in any of that.
I
Um,
have I have the readings of the Book of Enoch and the Book of Thomas on my channel under
Oh, awesome. I didn't know
under
you did that.
yeah, under Gnostic. I try to
Hmm.
put them into playlists, so
Hmm.
yeah, people are looking for that. I got the complete Enoch and the Book of Thomas on my channel.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay, well, I'll send you the links.
thank
But thank you
you.
so much for having me on your channel. awesome to be here with you tonight. Thank you,
Cool.
Michelle.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Okay. I will talk to you soon. And let me change around my OBS now. And you can go ahead and hang up. Hang up
All
whenever you're
right.
ready.
Yep, I will. All right. Thank you so much, Michelle. You have a nice evening,
Thank
okay?
you. You too, sweetie. Thank you for coming on.
All right. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. What a sweetheart. Oh, I just got rid of me. Sorry. I'm trying to get rid of the TV. There. And I'm too tiny. But I want to make sure. Gosh darn it. Stop it. I want to make sure that I've caught up with the chat before I. Why is it doing that? It's not letting me. There. No. I'm just going to stay small. I just want to go over and check the chat. Let me close that. And make sure that I've got everybody's questions answered and whatnot. So I'll just stay small. And make sure that I shouted out everybody that came. Thank you guys, everybody. Also, don't forget that promo code still works for those Organite crystals. I put it also in the quantum healing forum, and a lot of people have taken up the offer and are really happy with not only the pricing, but also for him to offer us 20% off. So if you haven't yet checked it out, go over there and check that out, because I don't make anything from it. I'm actually, I'm wearing the chakra pendant and the one with the lava rock chakra alignment, and I have the pyramid that blocks the EMF frequencies and stuff, and I sleep better, and so I just like the products myself. So that's why and I just contacted them, and they gave us a 20% discount, and everybody's just really happy with them. So dimensional jumping is interesting. Yes, it is. I agree with that. Changing directions and this rabbit hole. A couple of calculations before I know what real year. Oh, you're calculating to try to figure out what the actual year is, Paul. That's cool. I would really like to know that. So because I don't think that the year that they tell us is right. I don't. I think it's definitely something much different than what they portray it to be. I want to thank everybody for coming this evening. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Always share what you know so others can listen and grow. I love you all so much. Have a good night.